We're back to Neil Haley's show, and I have filmmaker and actor Simon Phillips with us. Simon, thanks for stopping by. We're going to talk Mousetrap, and oh my goodness, from the beginning, some of the campy things that you can laugh about, especially from the start till the end. I really think you did an amazing job of keeping people on their edge of their seat.
Well, number one, Neil, thanks for having me. And yes, obviously it was a ridiculous idea, but so we don't mind, like somebody said it was a bit campy and you're like, well, of course, it's a Mickey Mouse slasher movie. So yes, it was a ridiculous idea. We had a lot of fun making it. So I just want people to have a lot of fun watching it.
So tell me how you kind of came up with the idea.
Well, so I'm sure you're aware of Winnie the Pooh making like a horror movie
Yeah, I
last
know.
year. So I thought when I saw that, I thought, oh well, that was a magnificent, that was a very good idea. Not necessarily a great film, but a very good idea. And I thought somebody said, oh, Mickey Mouse is actually coming up into a public domain next year. This was in 2023. So I had this idea. I was like, oh well, we should do a Mickey Mouse. I mean, I'm sure loads of people are going to do this. We should be the first people to do it, a Mickey Mouse horror movie, like a 90s slasher. And I had the whole idea about like let's trap a whole load of kids, in an arcade type, sort of thing with all these elements of like Freddy Krueger and hunting them down. It just went from there basically. And everyone was thankfully everybody I told about the idea was super supportive, including Jamie Bailey, the director, who came on and directed it.
Well, I absolutely thought so, and I think it was great in the way, but then you just never know. And in the way, so you're telling me public domain. I didn't understand that. So you mean
Oh, okay. So Disney have had it. So whenever you create anything, yeah, sort of books, music, films, or whatever, or characters, they last for a maximum of 95 years. So in 1928, Disney debuted Steamboat Willie, the first Mickey Mouse cartoon, and then in 2024, that marks 95 years of that. So the character, Steamboat Willie's Mickey Mouse, passes into public domain. Now, it's not the Mickey Mouse that you and I might remember. Like he's changed a bit over the years. That's why when you see the movie, he looks a little odd. He's black and white. He doesn't have the white gloves. He doesn't wear the red jumpsuit or anything like that. But because he looks like the original Mickey Mouse, not the latter iteration. Like Disney still own the more current Mickey Mouse and every Mickey Mouse between
but
then
I
and then.
remember that Mickey Mouse because I've watched the history of Walt Disney and
I
stuff.
mean, I've seen. I think everybody has seen that, seen that cartoon because it's one of the things that you see a lot because they go, here was where you actually probably missed a whole lot of the middle Mickey Mouse, but everyone's seen the first one because it's the first one.
Wow, wow. All right, so tell us the premise. You talked about it, like the characters in this and stuff. It's a horror movie, I understand, but kind of who the storyline's about and stuff like that. I think it was really well done in the fact that, this could be the same thing as you watched in some of these other horror movies that where you're stuck in that type of thing. But I like the fact it could teleport too. That's cool.
Yeah, so we gave him, sort of, that came up like he can teleport. That's a bit random, isn't it? And you're like, I mean, and they go, is that what makes it unbelievable? Sort of, look, he's Mickey Mouse.
He looks like
Like,
he's unstoppable. I don't think we can beat him ever. I
yeah,
think
we have to make him superhuman, right? Sort of, he's got to be able to defeat these kids. And the story, yes, it's a bunch of kids having a bit of a late night party. One of the girls works at this arcade, and all her friends come to give us a surprise party. And obviously they're drinking, they're having fun, and obviously things start to go awry as they're getting hunted a little bit one by one.
and I love the campy beginning with the police officers because then you're like, what the hell am I watching? That's the thing I liked is like I'm like, okay, start out with the whole Star Wars theme. Then
Mm.
you get these campy police officers asking questions. So
I
you could
know
look,
those police officers very well. They're friends of mine, so I'm going to tell them that you called them Campy. Shout out to Nick and Demir. Do you hear that, boys? It's Campy.
but we could tell. I mean, it can't be just the questions and what are you doing this, but it was shot well too. So this is the other part.
Oh yeah, Jamie Bailey, the director, did he did a wonderful job. Sort of he lent on he's a cinematographer by trade before he was director, so I mean he knows how to put a movie together. But this movie was a lot of fun because it was in an arcade, so it's all neon lights and stuff like that. So that was we wanted to do it as a sort of 90s slasher, like a bit of a throwback to about my sort of my time of films. I guess I'm an 80s baby, so 90s
So
films
I
are
love
kind of,
the slasher movies. Yeah, that's what
yeah,
I liked about it and everything. And he was vicious.
he was. He was. He didn't well we couldn't hold back, could we? You know, sort
Did
of
you?
otherwise it
Did
wouldn't
you?
be any fun.
Who played the slasher?
I'm the slasher.
That's what I thought. But that wasn't ever uncovered.
Well,
And
no, you don't. Obviously, you see. Oh, you only see me briefly at the
yeah,
beginning. You know, sort of, but you don't really see that I'm. I mean, you know that I'm the guy in the mask, but it's actually all the time somebody puts the mask on. It's me. Yeah. So yeah,
it's you
uh,
playing him. But we
it's
have to
me.
think about the storyline, and you got to watch the movie to figure that out because you really didn't uncover that at all, right?
Well, we don't ever take the mask off once it's on. You know, so we're like, because I
Yeah.
felt that was nah. You know, you should never see him. You should. It shouldn't be Scooby Doo. You know, sort of. You should never. Once he's got the mask on, he's got the mask on.
So I might
And
miss
Michael
something, but
Myers
I don't
never
want to
takes
give it
the mask
away.
off.
But I'll have to ask off air. So, I mean, what did you think? How long did it take you to shoot this? You said she shot this in 2023 and 2023.
In September, end of September 23. Yeah, sort of. It took about only 2 weeks. It was night shoots in an arcade the whole time, sort of. So yeah, from the arcade shut at like 9 p.m. and we filmed like 9 p.m. to 8 a.m. in the morning, and we just did that for a couple of weeks, and then we did some stuff in Toronto afterwards. So, but yeah, mainly speaking, all in Ottawa,
Oh wow, and just got it done.
and
That's
just it was a bit of a wild card because people were like, I don't know if you're gonna get sued. I don't know if this is gonna work. And you're like, yeah, I mean, you know, we're gonna try, and we're gonna say, and then we're gonna drop the trailer on January 1st, 2024, and we're gonna see what people think. And then everybody was like, yeah, I have to see this. I want
so.
to see it.
What's the feedback so far on the film? I mean, like I said, I could see this in a high level production, meaning the storyline's so funny, and then slasher. It's just like a traditional slasher.
Well, this is gonna be a Marmite thing. Like, I mean, the director got death threats about this. About please don't release this movie. You're ruining Mickey Mouse. You know, from like children. You know, don't make Mickey Mouse a bad guy. You know, sort of. You're either gonna love it or hate it. It's a kind of a crazy idea.
I
But
mean,
I
come on
don't
now.
think
If you did Five Nights for Freddy, the it's you can do anyone as a slasher. I did not. I
well,
saw
yeah.
some of that Winnie the Pooh movie, and you're right. That was just not. That did not look like Winnie the Pooh at all. I remember. I don't know who watched it with me. It was some probably on Amazon or something. I'm like, oh God, that was terrible.
Look, it was. You know, but it was a great idea. I put my hats off to the guys that made it. Game.
Yeah, but it
I did
didn't
give
look
it a
like a Winnie the
spectacular
Pooh.
idea.
It didn't look like Winnie the Pooh at all.
Oh no, I know. Yeah, I mean it didn't, but I mean,
And
you
but it was a
know,
great. Yeah.
it's a great idea. I'm just sticking with the. I don't want to slag them off because they're other filmmakers, but you know, but it wasn't. I didn't like it. It wasn't. I didn't think it was that good, but it was a great. It was a fantastic idea. And in fairness, their fantastic idea gave me my fantastic idea about. I was like, you know, and people are like, oh, well, which one do you think's better? And you're like, what are you talking about? I said, we've got Mickey Mouse. There's no bigger cartoon character in the world than Mickey Mouse. No, there's no doubt about it.
Oh, totally. And the mask is iconic. It's great.
Yeah. So yeah, our mask is better because you know Mickey kind of looks like that already. You
And
know,
what do you
so we're
one
trying to
and the
go.
one thing you get from the movie without giving it away is one of the characters seemed like he knew everything was happening. That was weird. And we don't know, but again, there was no story. There was no like untold story at the end. It just hits you, and then you're like, okay,
Yeah,
done.
we
I
can't.
was
We're
like,
not giving away spoilers though.
huh?
We're not giving away spoilers, Neil.
I'm not. A
Well, don't talk
hardcore
about the guy
movie.
that knows what's going on.
I'm the one. No, you know what's going on too. So now, have you done slasher films before? Is this first one for you?
No, 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 no. I've done a few slashes. Yeah, so I did. Yeah, a bunch of not these type of slashes, maybe, but you know, very larger than life characters like you know Santa Claus slash. I did Nights Before Christmas,
Oh, okay.
Once Before Christmas, so Christmas horror slash movies as well. I've done, and we've done De-Influencer, which is a about sort of it's a slasher about a guy that hates social media. So we've done it. Me and the director have worked on other projects before where we've done horror slashes. So it was a genre where we're comfortable.
I got it. So, thinking about this, what's next for you? Another one with Mickey or not?
Well, we can't possibly say, can we? No, we can't. Yeah, not yet. But this is tomorrow. The movie gets released, so why don't we see how well it goes down tomorrow, and then on Wednesday we might.
Where's that going to be available and stuff, Simon?
Oh, it's everywhere. So wherever you rent movies from. So I think it's coming out on iTunes first, yeah, and then so it comes out on iTunes tomorrow, and then on the next week it comes out on DVD, on Blu-ray, and anywhere like that. So Amazon or wherever you rent your movies, you'll be able to rent this movie for sure. It'll be everywhere.
All right, another slasher film. You need a 6'10" guy. You got to contact me. Former
You're
professional wrestler, 6'10", 280
6'10",
pounds. Yeah.
Jesus. All
Yeah.
right, I'm
So
gonna
if you
keep you
need
in
me
mind then.
for a movie, you keep me in mind. I always said when I talk to some of these top horror guys, I said, I want you to kill me in a movie, right? Because
You want to be one of the.
they always get their opportunity to be killed. What are the projects you got going on right now, Simon? Anything you talk about?
We've got something else coming up called Silent Bite, which is another Christmas horror movie, and that comes out in November. And they just dropped the trailer for that as well. So I wasn't expecting to have to talk about it so early, but they dropped the trailer in August. So I was like, okay, well, I guess we'll talk
Right
about
before
this
Christmas in
movie
July,
now.
right? It's perfect timing, right? If you dropped the trailer before Christmas in July was a week ago, right? Or
Yeah,
2 weeks
yeah,
ago.
that's right.
Go
Yeah.
figure.
So
Christmas
that
lives on all 24/7, all day long.
Hey, listen, I love Christmas, but then I'm a big kid, so I would love Christmas. But yeah, I mean, it was a bit. I felt it was a bit early to drop the trailer, but hey, we're here now, so they obviously wanted to be near Mickey Mouse. You see, they knew we'd
That
get a
seemed
lot.
like a pretty cool arcade too, to have a roller coaster and stuff in it.
Yes, well, that was because I went to the arcade and I knew before I wrote the movie, I saw the location, so I knew what I was writing for.
Okay. Well, how big are you, Simon, by the way? I mean,
6'11".
yeah, so you're not, how tall are you?
So
Simon Phillips.
Neil, you can't prove anything. No, I'm 5'10". I'm not a tall guy at all. Yeah, so
just you knew how to be intimidating.
oh yes, that's not about. I mean, you're in the wrestling game. Being intimidating is not
Yeah,
necessarily about.
no. But you did a great job with all that different stuff. People just could, it drops tomorrow. We appreciate it. I mean, like I said, your other projects, you're gonna just keep filmmaking. It seems like you love doing it.
Oh yeah, I couldn't do anything else. I bet. I don't know what I would do if I didn't do this. I'd be really worried. I'm not sure
Yeah,
what
because
job.
I look back at your career as an actor. You've been in a lot of different types of shows and different things in your career, but filmmaking is just your thing. It seems like.
Oh well, yeah, I'm an actor first off. Like, so people believe if I'm working on somebody else's stuff, that doesn't take very long. You know, that's you only need a week or two to film certain things. So it's always fun to have these sort of things where I can work all year round. You know, and when in any downtime, I've got this stuff. Otherwise, I have to get a normal job. I don't see how that would work.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. Best place people can check you out. Where can they check out the film? It's available everywhere. Is our
It's
website?
available everywhere. If you want to follow us on the Instagram, it's the Mousetrap. Just look it up and you'll find us.
Has Disney contacted you after you did this?
No, well, Disney have said that they've been keen to tell everyone that they still own the other versions of Mickey Mouse.
So you're waiting to those trademarks, then you'll drop those too, right? And what other what other trademarks can you look at now?
Well, no, you can't look at anything now, but over the next 10 years, just about everything is coming in. I mean, from Donald Duck to Goofy to Superman comes in 2034. Like the next 10 years of filmmaking will be real interesting.
What about Popeye?
Popeye's already, I think, coming into play. Yeah, I think Popeye's out. Like, if it's
That
not
would
got
be
the
scary. A Popeye, the Sailor Man killing people.
yeah, I mean that's for sure. Somebody's going to do that. I mean, no, they'd be mad not to do that one. But
Exactly.
I feel like that one's easy as well because I can already see what that story would be.
Yeah.
A bunch of people trapped on Popeye's boat. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
So it started with someone doing Winnie the Pooh, and now you're doing it. And then maybe you can just trademark all the different ones, the next ones. I didn't know about that. It only lasts a certain amount of time. That's crazy. All right. Well, we appreciate
wow,
it, Simon.
they can't own it forever. Yeah,
Well, you think they can. I guess they can't.
95 years. Anybody that was originally involved in anything original is long. They're dead and buried, and
Oh, man.
you know, only
Okay.
their paintings are alive. You know.
Appreciate it, Simon. Take care.
Thank you, Neil.
You're listening and watching The Neil Haley Show, and we'll be back in just a moment.